Welcome back to The Explainer. We're jumping straight in today because we're looking at one of the most incredible, mind-bending clashes of culture you could possibly imagine. Picture this: rugged Norsemen stepping off their traditional longship and setting foot directly into the dense, steaming Maya jungle. We are tracking exactly what happened on day 6 of their journey, diving right into the source material to see how these two wildly different worlds collided.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our roadmap for the day goes like this. First, preparing for the trek. Second, hitting the ancient white road. Third, a really intense Legardo encounter. And finally, a village welcome.
Section 1. Preparing for the trek.
So, it's the dawn of November 15th, 725 AD. The air in Tulum harbor is heavy. You've got that sharp scent of the salty sea mixing with the rich, damp earth of the tropical jungle. The pacing of the morning is super brisk. They wake up at dawn on their ship, the JORMUNGANDR. By early morning, they're grabbing breakfast on deck. Mid-morning hits, and they're already shouldering their newly acquired Maya packs. And by late morning, the trek officially begins alongside their guide, Kooballu. You can practically feel the anticipation of them stepping into the complete unknown.
Think about what they're eating to fuel up. It perfectly captures this initial blending of cultures. For breakfast, they've got dried fish, which, a Viking is absolutely used to. But they're pairing it with local Maya staples, like maize cakes, and this rich, invigorating chocolate drink. They are literally running on local fare to prep for the grueling hike ahead.
Now, to carry 4 days' worth of supplies, they're using this brilliantly practical piece of ancient gear called a tumline. Basically, it's a strap attached to a sturdy woven frame pack that rests right across the forehead. If you think about modern backpacking, it's all about ergonomics, right? Distributing heavy weight efficiently is absolutely crucial. For these heavily muscled guys stepping into a sweltering, incredibly humid environment, this Maya design was a total game changer for surviving the trail.
Section 2. The Ancient White Road. The second these guys leave the coast and head inland, the environment completely flips. It's this wild contrast. On one hand, you have the wild jungle, just a chaotic, untamed green canopy of giant trees and twisting roots everywhere. But cutting right through the middle of it is the Sacbe highway. It's a raised causeway with this disciplined, almost unnatural straightness, about 10 paces wide, just gleaming faintly under the dappled sunlight.
You've got to appreciate this reaction from Bjorn, one of the Norsemen. He says, "A road built of stone, through this endless green. How did they make it so straight?" It's the ultimate fish-out-of-water moment. You've got this rugged warrior completely blown away by an advanced tropical civilization's highway infrastructure.
So what exactly are they walking on? It's called a sacbe, or sacbe in the plural, which translates to a white road. It's paved with smooth white limestone plaster. Sven Loki, the Norse engineer in the group, immediately notices how perfectly the stone is cut and fitted together. He actually likens it to a monumental king's highway in Europe. Kooballu, their guide, explains with a lot of quiet pride that these are paths of the gods, built by many hands over generations to connect massive cities and make travel swift.
Let's slow down for a second and put ourselves right there on the path. The humidity is completely oppressive. The air carries this rich, earthy scent of damp soil mixed with exotic blossoms. It's literally vibrating with the incessant hum of insects and the constant rustling of unseen creatures in the underbrush. And cutting through all of that, the vibrant, piercing calls of birds. It is a completely alien, overwhelming sensory overload for the Northmen.
Which brings us to a highly amusing observation from Uberik. He says, "Birds like painted jewels, and their voices like 1,000 angry merchants." He's looking at what Kooballu calls the tutsil, these large, incredible parrots, with bright emerald and scarlet feathers. Kooballu actually tells them that these birds speak the jungle's secrets, if you just know how to listen.
Section 3. The Legardo encounter.
All of a sudden, the tension completely spikes. The white road occasionally dips down near these murky, submerged pools left over from recent rains. At one of these crossings, the loud, vibrant jungle goes completely terrifyingly still. Connell, the Norse hunter walking near the front, just freezes, his hand dropping right to his axe. Silence. Too silent. It's a jarring shift from awe to pure, primal danger.
Without warning, the water churns. A dark, ancient shape rises from the depths. Twin ember eyes lock right onto Olaf, who is just momentarily distracted fixing his pack. Before he can even process what's happening, this massive, leathery beast lunges out of the shallows with unbelievable speed. Its jaws, packed with rows of needle-sharp teeth, snap shut,
missing Olaf's leg by literal inches as he violently stumbles backward.
"By the serpent of Midgard, Olaf, move!" Bjorn roars. Can you even imagine the terror? These are heavily armed Vikings, men who have crossed violent oceans and stood in shield walls, and they are frantically fumbling for their axes and drawing steel. Ragnar immediately barks orders, having them form a defensive line against this thrashing aquatic monster.
Their guide Kooballu, though, keeps his cool, just resting a hand on his ceremonial knife. He tells them it's a lagarto, basically a massive alligator, easily twice the length of a strong man, covered in dark leathery scales, an apex predator fiercely guarding its territory. Kooballu talks them down, urging the heavily breathing Vikings to just move quickly and quietly past the ancient beast as it slowly sinks back into the murky depths.
Section 4. A Village Welcome. So they survived the crossing. And as the day wears on, the vibe shifts back to the bustling economy of the sacbe. This proves the jungle is absolutely not some empty wilderness. The Norsemen pass groups of Maya farmers carrying heavy baskets of maize and firewood, many of them using the exact same tumplines the Vikings are now wearing. They pass families of potters selling wares on woven mats right by the side of the road. This is a highly connected, thriving civilization.
But as the Vikings pass, everything just stops. The Maya locals pause their work in quiet astonishment. Christina points it out perfectly. They have never seen men like us. Kooballu confirms that the locals are intrigued, maybe a little wary. I mean, just imagine it. They are staring wide-eyed at these towering, fair-skinned, bearded guys trudging through the jungle in full armor. It's a profound moment. It's really the first sustained cultural exchange on the road.
Eventually, the sun starts to set, painting the sky in these stunning shades of orange and purple. The exhausted Vikings catch the welcoming scent of wood smoke and finally hit their destination for the night. It's a bustling Maya village, much larger than the scattered farms they passed earlier, with dozens of thatch-roofed homes all clustered around a central plaza and a small temple.
The villagers are completely stunned. It's a mix of open-mouthed wonder, cautious curiosity, and genuine surprise. Daily life just halts, kids stop playing their games, women stop grinding maize. Finally, the village elder steps forward. After Kooballu translates and explains who these guys are and where they're going, the elder solemnly offers these extraordinary newcomers shelter and food.
The day winds down in these simple, clean, woven mat huts. The Vikings settle in for the night, surrounded by a fascinated but respectful semicircle of locals. The sounds of the village slowly turn to distant laughter, quiet murmurs, and the popping of cooking fires. To sum it all up, this first day on the sacbe was a stark reminder of the jungle's raw, terrifying power, like that lagarto, but also a beautiful look at the vibrant, living heart of the Maya people.
Which leaves us with one burning question. They survived the road and the river today, but what on earth awaits the Norsemen when they finally reach the heart of Chichen Itza? This journey has only just begun, and the cultural collisions are definitely going to get more intense from here. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep wondering, keep learning, and we will see you next time.